So let's start with white mages. Now, I think we should start prefacing by some characters will actually appear in multiple playlists. Like I'm looking at Yuna, Garnet, and Aiko here. They're also summoners. They're also summoners. Is Lena a white mage? Is Lena in here? The Final Fantasy, so Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 5 don't really have the characters, but we'll have like white mages in general type of deal. But yes, some of the characters are multiple jobs, so all Final Fantasy 5 characters are basically in all tier lists. All Final Fantasy 3 characters are all tier lists. However, we did not include... You just picked a random character. Yeah, that's completely fair. We did not include the MMOs because then that opens up a whole new can of worm. What we did for Final Fantasy 14 was the characters. Now, I did ask Discord a long time ago about the Final Fantasy 11 peoples to include. I don't think we included them. I think Lena is more of a summoner, but she got white mage outfit in Defu. I think Lena is technically a beastmaster, but also technically she can be everything. So in FF3, in FF5, then 7, 8. It's really hard to categorize because they can be anything. So we're gonna start with white mages today, and the first one we should probably do this in order. In FF1, the classic Final Fantasy FF1. Now I'm gonna try not to be too biased, but at the same time, there is going to be a lot of bias in my choices and my grades because it's my opinions. You did only like a couple FF11 characters, yeah. But not, so if anybody's like, yes, but in Final Fantasy 11 blue mages, we did not include playable character jobs. How dare you have opinion? However, because we have chat on the other side of the screen here, feel free to argue and tell me how I'm wrong because you won't offend me. So, last expansion of 11. How many expansion does 11 have? I don't know, like 14 at this point. Wait, you can finish the latest expansion and then go back to, you don't have to finish them? I thought Shantotto was a black mage. Anyway, so we're gonna start with Yuna. Actually, we should start in order. So we'll start with Final Fantasy 1. So we have white mage. It's pretty average. I mean, it's your typical white mage. The only thing that I'll put is the white wizard or the white, yeah, it's white wizard. We're just gonna put them above the white mage just because they're just a tiny bit better. They can cast holy. That's about it. That's about it. Shantotto is a Taru actually, but she's a black mage, isn't she? So basic Final Fantasy 1 white mage, you don't need one. Red mage is good enough, but a 4 white mage challenge in FF1 is quite hard, but doable. So we're gonna put them in B tier. They're like the base, you know, FF1 is the base for most of these jobs, so I feel like most of the Final Fantasy 1 jobs might end up in B tier in the average. She's a black mage, but she can use all the spells. So then she's a... I'm blanking. Magus? Is that what they're called? Don't remember. Technically the strong edge mage. Trying to think. What about Fusoya? We'll get there. Alright, so that's FF1. In FF2, we have Minwu. Now, I like Minwu as a character. I kind of want to put him in A tier, but also like he's not, like he's good, but he's not the best. He's very smart. Actually, he's very useful. He's the one that finds out about so many plot points. He's the one that helps you for a while, but he also doesn't last long. He also pisses off later. He dies. Spoilers. We're gonna be talking about a bunch of Final Fantasy spoilers, so please do not be offended. I'm gonna put Miwu as a like high B tier. We'll see what happens. Classified as a black mage despite that. I feel like She would be a magus of some kind. Or even like a black wizard, which only exists in FF1, but you know. Okay, Final Fantasy III white mages, they're good, but they're limited. Early game, you don't really need a white mage, but you kind of want one. But as soon as you get like, well, okay, Scholar's a bad example because Scholar's not good in FF3 at all. But like as soon as you get other healers, they're a lot better. Devout right here, FF3. Devout though, Devout has access to all of the white magic. They have cat ears. They're A tier automatically. In my opinion, Devout is the strongest healer of, actually it's not my opinion, it's a fact. In Final Fantasy III, Devout is the best healer, hands down. Hands down. 11 has sub jobs, so she's black mage, white mage. That tracks. Cutest sprites, it's the cat ears. They're so cute. They're so cute. So it's FF3. FF4, we have a white mage. And I'm gonna get some heat for this one, friends, but I strongly dislike Rosa, okay? Okay. Does she have good heals? Yes. Sure. Cecil can do basically almost the same, except like not as strong, but he can still do it. And it's just, I so dislike Rosa. I'm so sorry. She plays the damsel in distress character the worst that she could possibly can. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. And then she makes herself, like, her reputation in my mind is even worse in After Years because she's D tier. I'm so sorry. I broke like half the internet's heart. I'm so sorry. Rosa's D tier. Final Fantasy V, we have regular white mages. They're good. White mages is very good. You've got some good potential there. She's an idiot. Thank you, Yaksha. That's not what I wanted to say, but it's absolutely what I wanted to say. I strongly dislike Rosa, honestly. I think Porum is Porum is like much better. much better. Final Fantasy V white mages, I'm gonna put them in B tier, maybe above the FF1 white mages, but here's the thing. So they're very good early on, but again, you can have a bard heal better. You have classes that can do a lot better healing, so if you really want a strong healer in Final Fantasy V, get yourself a chemist. The end. So I really like the white mage early game, but as soon as you hit like half game, you can run white magic as your second class in FF5, but I don't, you can do better. You can do better. That's 3 sprites on B tier. That's like warrior who wanted to be a white mage. You've been on record a while how much you don't like Rosa. I've never hid the fact that Rosa is an awful character, in my opinion. In my opinion. All right, so FF6 doesn't really have a dedicated healer, does it? Not really. FF7, well, so in FF7, everybody can be anything. Aerith is the token white mage in that game, right? We know what I think of Aerith. I've never been shy about this. I'm a Tifa girl, personally, but I do like Aerith. Hi, Nonstop. It's unfortunate that you don't get to use her for the whole game, so the game basically takes away your one healer. Thanks, game. But I'm gonna put Aerith at like A tier. She's not an S tier because we can't use her the whole game for reasons. But while she is in your party, she has saved some runs. Healing Wind, amazing. Planet Protector, amazing. She's a great character. She's just not there for the whole game. Like, I need her in the last part of the game. No. Our dreams come true in remake. I'm personally in the camp that I'm hoping that they don't change the specific series of event. Her Ever Crisis summer wallpaper is S tier. I didn't pull on her banner, or I'm not gonna be pulling on her banner in Ever Crisis. I have been enjoying Ever Crisis. So that's FF7. FF8 does not have a healer. FF9, we have 2. And both FF9 healers are also summoners. This might surprise somebody. Well, actually, do I want personality or do I want functionality? I really like Garnet. Garnet is a great character. I find her very strong. Garnet's gone through some stuff. I would personally put Garnet in A tier. I love the character, love her skill set. She's the strongest summoner out of the 2. However, I'm gonna struggle with Aiko here. Aiko's a better white mage. No matter what, Garnet is more of a summoner. Aiko's a better white mage. However, I strongly dislike Aiko. So if we take personality into account, Aiko's a D tier. If we went just who's the better white mage, Aiko is a better white mage. I always think Aiko's first summoning. No, so in Final Fantasy IX, Vivi's trance or limit break is double black magic. Aiko is double white magic. Aiko's a main white mage, secondary summoner. Garnet is a stronger summoner. She's still a good white mage, but she does a lot more damage. Well, Aiko is from the summoner place, yes. But if you look at her trance, she has double white. Do summoners that pretend to be white mage make better than actual white mage? She also has a utility with summoner. So Aiko is going to be... well, see, that's the thing. I just don't really like the character. But, Aiko has utility summons, while Garnet has, like, pure damage. But that does bring me... That does... FF9. White magic. Can they both all use the same skills? Yeah, Aiko gets Dispel, she gets Might, she gets Jewel. Aiko's the only one that gets Holy. Holy is white mage only. So yes, Aiko is the main white mage. Beatrix gets Holy, but she's a paladin. Let's see. Aiko gets Haste, that's more time mage. Dagger gets Scan. Wow. Aiko gets Regen, Dagger does not get... Sorry, Garnet does not get Regen. So technically Aiko's the better white mage. But I hate... Sorry, I strongly dislike the character. Therefore, D tier. She only has that one summon you see like once. Well, the fun part... We'll talk about it when we talk about summoners, but Aiko has, like, Carbuncle has different effects depending on what you equip, which I thought was really cool. What tier list is this, and have I missed a different one? No, we just started. Hi, Kanjin. We just started, and we're talking about white mages. Who am I gonna cosplay next week? Aiko? So this is a personality tier list. It's a little bit of both, Robo. Like I said, this is a super biased tier list. Okay, Final Fantasy X. Instantly. Absolutely love Yuna. She's also the absolutely strongest white mage in the whole world because holy shit. So... That's another summoner versus white mage thing. I feel like a lot of Final Fantasy summoners are also... Like, the only Final Fantasy summoner that isn't a white mage is Rydia, who's a black mage. Yuna's amazing. Her personality is amazing. She is a strong character. And let's be honest, once you max out the sphere grid, there's nothing that, like, the little sound of that thung when she hits an enemy with her staff for 99999 damage. She is the absolute best white mage, in my opinion. She's not a good dancer, no. Final Fantasy X-2 white mage. Prey's really good. They have access to some good skills. There's not a whole lot of healers. Like in Final Fantasy X-2, Alchemist is the best healer in my opinion. Again, Chemist usually beats White Mage in my opinion. Aerith has the same sound. Oh yeah, and the OG, you're right. Because ever since Remake, she hasn't been hitting with her staff anymore. I enjoy playing White Mage. It's a very early dress sphere that you get in 10-2, and it's great. But the problem is, if you don't have MP, you have nothing to do. They can't even attack. They can't really do much. It's useful. I'm gonna drop them right below FF5 White Mages. You have better options. I think mid to late game, using potions is probably more useful than using a White Mage. Get a Gun Mage and get White Wind in there, you know? So that's Final Fantasy X-2. Then we have FF11, which is not included on this list. Final Fantasy 12. Penelo. So in FF12, anybody can be anything. Penelo is the White Mage dancer stereotype. I like Penelo. I think she's really cute. Is she the best healer? She is one of the 3 characters that has cure no matter what. Is it good? Not so much. She's pretty average. I'm gonna drop her in C. I don't mind Penelo. I think she's an amazing character. Or she's better than Porom. And she's better than you. I'm sorry. But I don't think she's... Well, okay, so now I'm thinking, if I added Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings, then Penelo's Limit Break puts her in A tier. How many... So some of you guys were here when I played Revenant Wings on stream. How many times did we rely on Penelo's Limit Break? Many. We're gonna put her in A tier. She saved the run multiple times. Final Fantasy 13 Hope. So this might surprise some people because Richard just said Hope's gonna be in D tier. I actually really like Hope, okay? I'm in the camp of Snow's a lot worse. Is he an A tier? No. He might be like bottom of C tier. Actually, he's better than that. I'm gonna put him in B. So Hope... There's character growth in Final Fantasy 13. He's a child that loses his mom. Of course he's gonna throw a tantrum. I get it. Is it annoying? 100%. However, Hope grows a lot. Snow does not. So I'm gonna put him in B tier. He's good. He's your early White Mage. I think he gets most of the spells. I don't think, yeah, he's one that has the most White Mages spells. Like Vanille is your token Black Mage, Hope is your token White Mage. He does Black Magic really, really well, but he's your ultimate healer. B tier, final answer. We have ARR Y'shtola. Do I need to say more? ARR characters were so shallow. I think it wasn't until Heaven's Word that you really started feeling attached to these characters, really started seeing some personality peek through. But Y'shtola was one of the best character in ARR. Like, it's just, you can't argue with that, I'm sorry. Final Fantasy Tactics White Mages. Sorry, they're called priests in the original. So, White Mages is very useful. Even endgame, AR Armed to Storeblood. Really? Really? Oh, I guess, yeah, in, Shadowbringer, she turned technically Magus, technically. But I feel like most of the NPCs' personality peaked in Heaven's Ward or started picking up in Heaven's Ward, but Y'shtola was strong from the beginning, in my opinion. In Final Fantasy Tactics, White Mages / Priest, very good, always good, and White Mages can carry through the end of the game. Unless you bring some chemists in there. Or some very targeted summoners, but they are your healer class. You can't erase a Little Sun. It's one of the best cutscenes. If you haven't tried to capitalize on Priest / White Mage in Final Fantasy Tactics, I highly recommend it. Hi, Kiati. Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced White Mages. I don't even remember using them. In Tactics Advance, I mainly use items, I think. The thing is, like in Tactics Advance and Tactics Advance 2, most jobs have a self-heal, so we use a lot of this. I don't even know what this is. This is not a white mage, but it's from Tactics Advance 2. I think it's a priest. I think it's a priest. So there you have it, my super official / biased white mage tier list. Discuss. Did I anger anyone with Rosa? Because I can see that coming. I can hear the YouTube comments like, how dare you? Rosa's my top healer. Yeah, she's an alright healer. I just really strongly dislike the character. Okay. Okay. You didn't find any attachment to Rosa. I prefer Rydia. Heck, I prefer the twins over Rosa. She's made some bad decisions early in game and I just can't do it. Hope should be higher, since without hope, we would be dead. You're not wrong. I enjoy hope, but I know that most people, Grey Wolf, would put hope in D tier. I disagree.